So Maison Margiela took one of the most functional sneakers, made it less functional, hiked the price up substantially, and somehow it makes perfect sense why. These sold out instantly, and the regular version go for below retail. What is good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name is Paul, and for today's video we're going to be taking a look at my latest personal pickup, the XT-MM6, a sneaker that was an absolute nuisance to try and acquire. Today I'll be discussing the sneaker in full detail. You'll see them on the toe, and of course we will be referencing its foundation, the standard XT-6. Now, if you do enjoy this style of content where I share some of my latest pickups, discuss them in detail, please be sure to communicate that to me by liking today's video and subscribing to the channel with notifications on. Not only will that encourage me to keep the content coming, but it'll help me find more kind people like yourself here on YouTube. Additionally, be sure to check out the links to the items featured in today's video in the description below, which will be accompanied by a link to my clothing brand, LWH Clothing, which did just see a new drop as well as a restock on some garments that did sell out very quickly. All right, now with all of that out of the way, these are the XT-MM6, the MM standing for Maison Margiela, and the XT-6 signifying that they are a derivative of the original model that we have here before us. The retail price on the Maison Margiela variant goes for $480 retail and for as much as $1,000 on the resale market, contingent on the colorway. On the flip side, the standard XT-6 retails at $185, and if you follow me on Instagram, then you already know you can find them for significantly less. Fellas, head over to Nordstrom Rack as soon as you can. So I'm here at Nordstrom picking up an online order, and on my way out I saw a pair of shoes that I thought was pretty fire pair of Salomon XT-4s. There's a sticker. Now, when it comes to the standard XT-6, its DNA is trail running, featuring a rugged outsole, quick lace system, more technical utility, and does very well on rougher terrain while still being able to be worn casually. Now, just because they can be worn casually doesn't mean they're made to be. And that is where this Maison Margiela variant comes in, as it does feature elements like an all flat outsole, traditional lacing system, replacing the quick lace system, a wider toe area, overall softer daily feel in the midsole, and of course you have Margiela design elements, which does include the signifier on the tongue as well as a changed logo placement here on the sidewall. The differences that I mentioned really start to come into play, not just when you have these sneakers in hand side by side, but on the foot for sure. To sum it up, the original XT-6 is really more so designed to survive much more, while the Margiela XT-MM6 is designed to be worn quite a bit more on casual outings on less rugged terrain. The conversation here really is contingent upon utility versus lifestyle. From a practicality standpoint, I have to say the standard XT-6 would probably serve more people. It has terrain versatility. It's easier to slip on and slip off because of the laces or lack thereof. It is much cheaper while still maintaining its core Salomon identity. For most people, in my opinion, this is going to be the smarter purchase. But on the flip side, the XT-MM6 feels so much more like a casual daily wearer. It's got a wider toe box, which is a major improvement in terms of fit and comfort. A flatter sole makes it much less aggressive and a much more satisfying walking shoe. Its traditional laces make the shoe feel a bit more familiar, and the shoe overall is just much less rugged due to the lack of that super dense nubbed outsole that you find on the standard XT-6. So where the Margiela lacks in overall utility, it gains in daily wear and usability. Now, from a practicality standpoint, or rather from a cost to benefit standpoint, if I'm honest with you, I don't think that this sneaker is necessarily conducive to that. But after all, I do consider this to be a fashion sneaker, and when fashion gets taken into account, cost to benefit more or less is thrown out the window. The reason I say that is because The comfort difference, though, there is not necessarily worth it, at least for most people. As it relates to design, is a markup worth it? Honestly, you tell me. I know it depends from person to person, but in my opinion, I think these look really identical. So from a design standpoint, I don't think that massive price jump is justified. You do get the Margiela branding throughout this shoe. Of course, there is the Margiela branding, and this is, again, a subjective matter. I think most people would say this is an element that isn't necessarily worth it. But ultimately, as I mentioned, it's all up to interpretation. If you really care about luxury details and you want the look of the Salomon while having the ability to just really daily wear them and be super comfortable, I say go for it for sure. But if you're just looking to acquire the look and you don't necessarily care as much and you don't mind a more rigid ride, I think the standard XT6 is more than good enough for most people. So in my opinion, the chasm between price points to me isn't necessarily justified, and that really is emphasized by the fact that these are made in Indonesia and so are these as well. The materials for the upper are virtually the same, being comprised of a nice mesh, which does feature a coating to give it a bit more structure and stability. And even though the midsole of the Margielas is a bit softer, I do believe that as it pertains to production, that there's no way that there's enough of a price discrepancy between this midsole and this one here in terms of cost to justify that massive price jump. Now, this is from a strictly practicality standpoint, because if I'm honest with you, I personally am really glad I got these, especially being able to get them for retail, because I love the look of the XT6 and actually wear them quite a bit. But the rigors of daily wear and the fact that these are so harsh on the outsole because they're so rigid, they're not a shoe that I like to wear comfortably all day or walk in. Now, another element in my opinion that separates the Margiela variant from the standard XT6 is visually, I just feel like it looks better due to the fact that it does have that flatter sole. The wider toe box area allows them to be nicely styled with some of the wider fitting pairs of cargos and pants that I have. And not having the platform of the nubs for the outsole that is found on the standard XT6 just allows for the shoe to be quite a bit more complimentary. Now, for me, in my particular use case, my verdict is this: the standard XT6 definitely still has a place in my wardrobe, mainly due to the fact that we have some of the best trails in Laguna Beach, which is about a 10-minute drive from me. So my wife and I regularly do that. And of course, they do look extremely fire. Conversely, I am very, very stoked to have added the XT-MM6 to my wardrobe for days where I want the aesthetic, like with cargos and things of that sort. These are definitely going to see the toe quite a bit. But I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say in the comments below. What do you think about the XT-MM6, and is it actually worth that insanely high price tag in light of the fact that you can get these at like Nordstrom Rack for significantly less? Anyways, that is going to do it from me. Don't forget to check out the links down below to the sneakers as well as to my clothing brand. And if you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. I will see you guys in the next upload. Peace and be blessed.